Today, I'll talk about the tragedy of the two most popular monstrous feminine characters in pop culture. One being the siren from Jibaro of Love, Death, and Robots, and the second being the entity from Obsession. I will start the list with the siren from Jibaro of Love, Death, and Robots. This episode does not have any sort of character dialogues or any written exposition, but the visuals are so well made that you can interpret what is actually happening in the episode. The episode starts with the army of conquistadors preparing themselves for something in the deep dark forest. We see the priests blessing the soldiers, and these soldiers have their weapons and horses prepared. And then the camera pans to the lake beside them, and here we see the siren peering out of the water. Based on this first scene, we can interpret that the conquistadors are preparing themselves to get rid of the siren from the lake. And it makes sense in a way because, based on the popular fables and folklore, siren is a creature who is pretty dangerous because sirens lure men with their singing and then they kill these same men. Obviously, the siren also senses what is actually happening, and she senses the threat and she starts screaming. Now, unlike the usual siren, luring men with her singing, this siren actually uses her scream and her dance to create a sort of frenzy. And in this frenzy, these soldiers start killing each other. But then there is this one soldier who is deaf. And due to being deaf, he does not get any sort of effect because of not being able to hear the scream. The siren obviously gets intrigued by this because by now every man has died. Apparently, the siren has not killed the horses, it's the men who have died. But she gets fascinated by this one man who is unaffected by her singing. As the story progresses, we see that she sort of becomes infatuated with the man. And in a way, you can interpret that the siren sort of sees this man as much more innocent and pure hearted compared to the men who had ulterior motives. They wanted to get rid of her, or they wanted to kill her so that they could steal her, precious jewelry and golden scales. And then comes the toxic relationship between the siren and this deaf soldier. Siren, who probably has been alone all her life, probably being subjugated to the fact that people only come to her out of greed and out of ulterior motives. She finds solace in this one man, and there is also a scene where the man is sleeping in the dark night, and this siren comes up to him and she sleeps beside him. She cuddles him and sleeps. Obviously, the soldier is not aware until he wakes up to see that the siren was sleeping beside him. But the problem is, the deaf soldier does have ulterior motive, and he takes advantage of this situation. He tries to seduce the siren as well. We see the scene of them, trying to dance together, and at one point, the siren even kisses him. Because of the siren's inability to understand human fragility, she does not know that her kiss, her, she does not understand that her lips, which is literally covered with golden scales and metal, it is actually cutting the soldier's lips. What she is also not aware of is that the soldier is actually planning something. And what happens next is that the deaf soldier knocks the siren unconscious. And then the soldier rips off all the golden scales and jewels from her body. He then pushes the body of the siren off the waterfall, and the body obviously floats up. And since the siren was bleeding, the entire lake gets covered with the siren's blood. And obviously, based on the popular myth, siren's blood has healing properties. So, when the soldier takes all his spoils and goes to the bank of the lake, and he tries to wash off his face and everything with the water, what really happens is that because of the blood, he gets cured of his deafness. And in the next moment, the siren comes back to her consciousness. She looks all over her body and she sees that she has been literally ripped off her own dignity and her self worth and everything. And she is, in a way, standing naked with all her clothes taken off of her. And at that moment, she feels the betrayal. She realizes that the one person she had started to trust was the one who actually ripped her off of her dignity. And then comes the most devastating scene of the entire episode. We see the siren crying, and as she's crying, she starts screaming. And unlike her previous scream, which was in a way luring the men to their deaths, here it felt like she was screaming for herself. She was screaming for her sadness, her anger, and her stupidity to believe that this one soldier was different from the others that she had killed. There were also parts in this one scene where it felt like the siren was a part of her was stopping her from screaming, from luring the soldier to his death. In a way, she still did not want to do it, but then her rage was overpowering her. Her betrayal, her sense of betrayal was too much. And you see her dancing, screaming, crying as she lures the man that she trusted to his death. Obviously, by the end of the episode, one can definitely interpret that the siren was not the wicked siren of those folklores and fables. She's not there to just keep luring men and, wanting to kill them just for fun. But she was just protecting herself and her territory. And she just wanted to have any sort of companionship, somebody she could trust not to take advantage of her. Now I'll talk about the entity from Obsession. Obviously, it has been a while since the movie came out, and there is a lot of discussion even to this day. And obviously, there is a very solid conclusion that Bear was the villain. A lot of things in this movie has been left unsaid. It has been left to the viewer's interpretation. When I watched the movie, I felt like the entity was a victim as well. A lot of people who watched it, they thought that it was a demonic presence, taking over Nikki's body, making her act all crazy and weird according to the wish and everything. But I felt something more sympathetic whenever I watched the entity behave in a certain way. Because firstly, this one creature has been programmed to love Bear more than anybody in this world, and shoved into this one husk of a body. But then at the same time, the entity wants to be loved as well. Bear just made a wish where he specified that he wants Nikki to love him more than anyone in this world, which Nikki ultimately does. But then, why is it that the entity wants the love to be reciprocated so badly and so obsessively. There is this one scene where we see the entity standing in one dark corner of the room, crying about how Bear does not love her back, does not love her like she does. And I genuinely felt bad because it sounded so genuine. It was so like the crying and all, everything was coming like deep from the core. And not just that, the entity was also trying her best to be the kind of person Bear loves, because at first she was trying to act like Nikki, she was trying to dress like Nikki, but then she also notices that Bear is more attracted towards Sarah. So obviously, near the end, Nikki starts dressing as Sarah. The entity who has taken over Nikki is dressing Nikki up like Sarah. Obviously, another thing is the entity does not know how to act like a human. Obviously, entity feels like, a naive creature, not understanding how humans work, but trying to understand how they work, trying to behave like a human, but obviously failing to do so because it has its own nature. In conclusion, the entity may not be a demonic presence taking over Nikki's body. It might be just a naive creature who has been forced to behave in a way, forced or rather programmed to behave in a certain way, and then forced into Nikki's body. So we have Nikki, whose autonomy has been taken away, and then we have the entity who has to behave according to the wish she made. Here I end this video, and if you have any other examples of any other tragic, monstrous female characters in fiction, I would love to hear your ideas. I would love to hear your analysis on the scenario. And apart from that, if you guys want to check out some other videos that I have made, I will list it out here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.